so welcome to a new lecture where we'll be solving the question Meeting Rooms 1, which is a Leetcode premium question. And basically, the question is over here. So, basically, we are given an array of meeting time intervals consisting of the start and the end times. So, which is basically S of 1 and A of n, which is representing the start and the end times respectively. All we have to do is determine if a person could attend all meetings. So over here we've got the different test cases over here, and wherever there is an overlap, so we can say if for example a meeting is starting from 0 to 30 and then from 5 to 10 and then 15 to 20, so we can see that clearly this is the subset of these two time intervals, and this is overlapping both of these time intervals. So overlap is existing, hence the person cannot attend all the meetings because the person cannot be at two places at once. Over here the meeting starts from 5, ends at 10, then starts at 15 again, and then ends at 20. So there is no overlap over here, and since there is no overlap, I'm returning true. We are supposed to return true because the person can attend all the meetings. Same goes for 1, 3, 2, 4. We are having an overlap over here, and then we have to return false because the person cannot attend all the meetings. And if suppose there are no meetings, then definitely we can attend all the meetings, hence true. That's like the edge cases. And if there is just one in meeting, so definitely the person can be able to attend that, and then we should be returning true. So the crux of the matter over here is that if there is an overlap between these intervals, that means the person cannot be at two places at once, and then the person cannot attend all the meetings, hence we are returning false. If there is no overlap, we are returning true. So now all we have to find is whether there is an overlap or not. So let's sort these intervals. Since we are manipulating with the intervals over here, it's better to sort them. If we're able to sort them, we'll be able to manipulate them. So all we've sorted it on the basis of start time. So all we can do over here is we can assume the first interval to be the base interval, and then we can start comparing it with the second interval. So that's the reason I will be initializing it with 1 and I less than intervals dot size I plus plus. So now if the intervals that we are doing, if the start time of that if the start time of that is less than the previous interval's end time, we can compare it with the previous interval, and we can be sure that it is in order because we have sorted it already. So for example, if there is an interval at the current interval to be which is supposed to start at 3, but the previous interval is only ending at 3:30, so that if that is the case, that means there is an overlap, right? So we'll be returning true. And suppose if suppose we are not falling in that block, we'll be returning false, and that is it. So when we run this, I hope there is no errors. Okay, code execution is successful, and now there is an overlap true, true, false. Okay, it can be true, true. The first one there's an overlap, so we should be returning false. Okay, I get it, sorry. So I have to change this. So for example, if there's an overlap, we have to return false. If there is no overlap, we have to return true. My bad. And now let us see what is in output. So it's false, false, false. True should be over here. Start time is less than the end time of the previous one, sorry. So I had to compare it with the previous one. I'm comparing it with the same one, and now over here we've got the correct one. False, false, true, true, false, true, false, true, true, false, true, 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 false. Yeah. So now this is the correct. All cases have passed, and we have solved it in time complexity n log n. So the thing that we had missed over here is that we have to compare it with the previous element, right? Yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you.